All right. For those of you guys who do not know or haven't met Sara yet, this is Sara, and I'm still not very good at pronouncing your last name. I think it's
Reineke.
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 Reineke. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm going to practice that. So she is the business coach that I hired and has completely changed my business and starting to change my life in the beginning of January. And so she has, last week we were chatting, and she pulled this really incredible idea that she had done before, and she's going to tell you guys about it. And we said, let's do it.
Yes, thank you. Hi guys, I've met some of you, seen some of you, but yes, I'm Sara, the other Sara. And oh, hi Tanya, there's your face. I hadn't seen your face before. That's so fun. Okay, so yes, I've been working with Sara and several others on this team, and it's just been a total blast working with a lot of you. On the other side, I used to be with Rodan & Fields, sold my business last December to work on the coaching side over here, and it's just completely different and awesome on the other side of the fence as well. So I'm in a weird scenario where I know exactly what you guys do. You know, Forwards and Backwards was with the company 7 years, and went from hoping for an extra $500 to PC Queen to RFX Circle, and now to business coach. So that's my background, and I know that if you want more about that, you're welcome to reach out to me, but I know we're already late. So I want to tell you mostly about Action Academy. This is something I did with my team last February, so almost exactly a year ago. And I got the idea from a guy named Joe Cardon, who used to be the regional out west. So he had the California, Washington crew over there. And he was awesome. He is now not with the company anymore, which makes me sad, but I actually just talked to him. We're still friends. So he had done this with his California crew, and on average, they grew by 300%. I mean, like crazy growth. So when I heard that, I attacked him like a vulture, and he was not my regional. I was like, I don't know you, but we're going to be friends, Joe. And so, and we still are friends. I was like, teach me, will you do it with my team? And like begged him to come over. And so he did. And I did it with 3 or 4 other power partners of mine. And we all did it together last February. When I thought back to that time, I know several of the girls on my team that weren't big recruiters recruited 2 that month. 2, I mean, which was huge for them that hadn't recruited a whole lot. And it was our highest volume that we had to date, besides our super highest, like, you know, a year and a half ago. It created massive momentum and really great habits. So I know you guys had awesome momentum last month, great numbers, tons of PCs, more people hitting 1,500 than ever before. And that's a huge thing for me. I want as many people hitting 1,500 as possible, because that's that $500 paycheck. And that is the game changer for most families. That pays for preschool, pays for the travel ball or your vacation fund or the date nights or the shameless shoe fund. It makes enough of a difference. It's going to keep you engaged. So that's coming from me. I'm like, as many people we can get to that point. That's our goal. So with Action Academy, it's a 4-week commitment. So we're not saying the rest of your life, even though of course it's like, you know, going on a health journey. Yes, it should be the rest of your life, but you know, you want to commit to something for a short amount of time. So this is 4 weeks. And so it'll actually go into like 3 days of April, if we're starting tomorrow. And what it looks like, it's exactly like it says. It's Action Academy. So it actually just gives you a place to keep track and be accountable for your action. I don't know if you guys have ever been a part of something to where you're like, okay, everybody log how many PCs and how many Cs you got. And you're like, I didn't get any. So why log this? I hate my life right now, right? You guys have probably been a part of things like that where you feel like, why am I even involved in this? If I didn't get a PC, it makes you feel like a failure. Where this, you're not even, there's no place to even put new PC or new consultant. It's about how many conversations you've had, how many invites you've done. So we use the word inviting in this Action Academy. So you're inviting people to learn more about your business, or you're inviting them to learn more about your products. Doesn't that sound lovely, right? Inviting. Everybody wants to be invited to something. In fact, I told one of these girls, whenever I did talk to Joe the other day, he was calling me to recruit me to the company he works for now, Shackley. He was like, hey, and so I was like, oh, God love you, Joe. I was like, I need one less opportunity right now, and so, but here's the thing. It was nice to be recruited, right? It was nice that he thought of me. I was probably one of 25 people he was reaching out to that day, but it was nice that he thought of me. He was like, you know what? You're awesome. You're someone who I loved working with back in my RNF days, and I'd love to work with you again. Are you open to it? I wasn't, but it doesn't mean that I'm mad at him. I thought it was nice. I felt good that day. I felt like, oh, that was nice that he thought of me. You guys see what I'm getting at? He invited me to learn more about his business. I listened to it, and I was like, I don't think it's for me. I've got enough on my plate right now, but thank you so much. Everybody wants to be recruited. Everybody wants to be invited. You don't go to every party you've been invited to, but it's nice to be invited. You get in the drift? So you will keep track of how many people you have invited to learn more about your products, how many people you have invited to learn more about your business. And then you're going to keep track of your conversations. This is a huge piece, like real life conversations. We can count all the reach outs in the world and be like, I did 49,000 reach outs, but if there were no conversations, no business was most likely, happening. It's gotta kind of, the sooner you can get to the conversation. When someone says, can you email me? Actually, I'd rather just talk. Can we talk tomorrow? I'm like, when someone says, can you email me? I'm like, God, please no. Like it's never going to go anywhere. It's busy work for me. Like, no, let's just talk about this. So conversations, the sooner you can get them on there, the better. And you're also going to keep track of, let's see, it's the invite your conversations.
I have it if you want me to read it.
Third-party validation, right? And third-party validation. So Tricia and I talked about this today, as a matter of fact. Third-party validation is so, so important for 100 reasons. I'm going to give you at least 3 right now. One is because if you portray yourself as the expert, so Kathy, if you call your friend Joyce and you're like, Joyce, let me tell you all the things about Reineke Fields, and you tell them the history and all of our products and all the ingredients, then Joyce is going to be like, I can't do this. I don't know all this. I don't want to learn all this. Like, I'm not an expert like Kathy is. You're turning them off. Even if you know all of it, you're better off saying, you know what, I'm going to connect you to my friend Tricia or my friend Sara, and they can tell you a little bit more about it. Or you say, I'm going to send you something. Would you have time to read it before we talk in a couple of days? Or say, are you a reader? Do you want to listen to something? Do you want to watch something? Like, what kind of learner are you? I like to ask them. So if they'd rather watch something, then send them a video. If they want to read it, send them a Mad Mimi or something like that. If they want to listen to it, send them an opportunity call. Best case scenario is a 3-way call. Any of those count as third-party validation. A 3-way messenger feed, if worse comes to worse, can work. Does that make sense? So you don't want to portray yourself as the expert, or you're going to turn them away, because what you have to remember is if they do join you in business, you're training them right then. You're telling them how to grow their business at that very moment. So you got to think, if they join me, is what I'm saying and doing right now duplicatable? That makes sense. So no matter how long you've been in the business, don't portray yourself as the expert. So you're going to keep track of your invites to business, invite to products, your conversations, and your third-party validation. If you do that enough for the next 4 weeks, your business will grow. Because here's the thing about RNF. It's not rocket science, right? You're not having to do brain surgery. It's a very simple business. You invite enough people to learn more about those 2 categories. You have enough conversations, your business will grow. There's nothing special about any girl walking around with a fancy necklace than any of you. It's just that they did a whole lot more of that action. Does that make sense? So there's also 3 different paces. So I know that some of you are working full-time, got toddlers. It's just different. I mean, my kids, I can be like, hey, be quiet, go get in the shower while I'm doing this call. When I started this, I had a 9-month-old, a 3-year-old, and an 8-year-old. And, my ex-husband was taking me back to court. It was a nightmare. I had 2 jobs, and, it was crazy. And I'm in a different stage of my life. I get that. So there are 3 different paces. There's a sprinter and there's a walker. I forget, what are they called on there,
It's
Sarah?
Dabbler, Fun Money, and All In.
There you go.
Yep.
We're not judging. All of those are fine.
Okay.
Whether you can be consistent with the Dabbler pace, awesome. If you want to be consistent with the runner pace, awesome. There is no judgment on any of it, because all of you, I see little Natasha giving baby baths and hooded towels. Like, it's a different stage, right? She's doing the best she can with what she's got going on. So any of those paces are good. I just encourage you to pick the pace you want to do and then stick with it consistently for 4 weeks time. Okay. Sarah, did you decide to keep the exercise or professional development on there?
Yes, I really want to keep that. So the only thing that you didn't mention that is on here is when you add new friends.
Oh, yeah.
There's each of the 3 paces for adding new friends as well. And then I do want to keep the exercise and personal development on there, because here's the thing. If we go all in our business and we're tipping the scale that way, and we'll hit burnout and exhaustion and all that kind of stuff. You're not taking care of your body. You're not taking care of your mind. And that is as important, if not more. And so I really want to keep the exercise and personal development in here, as well as it's going to be really fun to see what everybody is reading and the podcasts that they found. And I really want to encourage you guys. I mean, it says personal development here. It can be a business book. It can be a fun book. It can be whatever it is. Don't feel like you have to be just grind. We just want to see what you're doing.
If you are a grinder and you haven't read Slight Edge, I would highly recommend it. I think that's it's base level, but I think it goes along with exercise, financial goals, your business goals, all the things. That was a game changer, life changer book for me. The Slight Edge, if you haven't read it.
This is a good time for me to plug the book club that we started last month. We are almost done with Romy's new book. And I threw out there that the next book we should read together is called The Slight Edge. So I haven't read it yet, and you mentioned it the other night, and I thought I really need to read that book. So that will probably be the book that we pick.
Awesome.
Yep.
And the last thing is wins for the week, and this was really, really fun. And the wins for the week does not have to be new PC, new C. The win for the week could be date night with my hubby. We haven't gone out in 2 months. It could be I got a full night's rest 3 times this week. Or it could be little baby slept through the night, for goodness sake. Or it could be I ate healthy all week long, or I exercised 3 days this week. The wins can be in any of those categories. It was really fun to look back at those. Because you don't always have a new PC, a new C, but we love to hear those things. So it makes you just kind of get into a positive mindset. So make sure that that's the very last thing, is to adding in a win from your week. So just
and it can be business related. If your business related win is that you talked to somebody scary, or you did close a PC or something like that, it can certainly go in there. But don't think that that's what it has to be, or you're not a winner. That is not what this is about at all.
Nope, this is all about action. So this is what, and Joe's philosophy was like, if you have enough action, you get into momentum, you have the wins, you get more active in your business, and you get that's momentum. It's exactly what you're doing. So I know, Sarah, you're going to do a couple of incentives. You want to talk about that along with it?
So for the details, where it will be found is on the top of the Team Sparkle page, where I have the pinned announcement with my Calendly link. There will now be another pinned announcement that will have the link to this Google Sheet. And so you'll just click the link, and the Google Sheet will open up, and it will be very self-explanatory. There's your name, your leader, and then you'll put in your numbers for what you've done. And then the fun part is every Monday. So this is going to start tomorrow, and it's going to run Monday through Sunday. And so every Monday, I am going to draw a winner for something like a Starbucks card or Amazon or something like we had done for the RFX diet. So I'm going to do a smaller drawing every Monday for everybody that puts their 100% participation in there. And then at the end of the 4 weeks, I'm going to do a bigger drawing for total 100% participation. And for real, the biggest thing about this is that if you do 100% participation in this, if you make it to the very end with us, your business is going to pay you better than any gift that I could ever give you. And that's what I'm really excited about.
I will tell you the ones that did finish it, because just like anything, there were a lot that started and there were probably 60% that finished it that were also on week 4. They were the ones that grew that 300%, not the ones that started it. Another great book, Atomic Habits, he talks in there, or maybe it's John Acuff Finish. It is John Acuff Finish. In that book, he talks about really finishing is what's important. Everybody starts. You know how you hear people say like, all you got to do is start. He's like, BS on that. That's actually not true at all. You know, everybody starts their New Year's resolution like, I'm going to do blank, right? Everyone starts. It's really not that fancy to start. 93% stop their New Year's resolutions by February 8th or something is the date, somewhere around there. So only 7% finish. So it's actually the people that finish that are way more special than the ones that start. And I was like, that's such a good point. So finish all 4 weeks, like commit to it. The other thing I will say, I remember a lot of the girls either made a little piece of paper that had these categories on it and kept it in their car, or wrote it in there, whatever you take with you everywhere you go. If you have a little notebook, or I remember a couple of the girls made a thing on their notes on their phone and then just did stickers or emojis next to every time they did it. That way they could add their data in at the end of the day. You could do it daily if you want to, or you could put it all in at the end of the week. That's up to you, whichever one makes more sense. But find a way to take it with you, because you're not going to have your computer and that Google Doc with you all the time. I would write down those categories either in your phone or whatever you have with you, your calendar, if that makes sense. Yeah, those are 2 things I was going to add.
That's it. That's as simple as it is. I'm really excited about it. I hope you guys are too. Do you have questions or anything that seems unclear?
I was just going to add that, like, if some people are at a point in their business where they're like, I don't know, kind of restarting and not really sure about how to like reach out or what they want to say. Maybe they've been out of it for a while. Just definitely like reach out to somebody for help, because I don't want that to stop you from doing the inviting because you're just not sure of how to invite or what to say. We can definitely help you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and if you have some good, like, screenshots, some things you're doing, Trisha, you know, Tanya, you had some pretty good luck last month too. You know, if you got a screenshot of some verbiage that worked pretty well, you know, maybe put it in the comments under that. I would keep it as simple as possible. Are you open to hearing a little bit more about what I'm doing? You know, I would love to invite you to learn a bit more about our products. We have several new ones. Could we chat this week?
I love that.
Don't overthink it.
And if you guys are having any problems with verbiage and things like that and you're getting stuck, try to come to either a meetup Monday or a work together Wednesday, because that's what we're doing for the entire time. And if you can't, keep your eyes, and as leaders for your teams, keep your eyes on the verbiage that we post within those events too, for the people that can't make it. And maybe I'll just pop some verbiage underneath that, like you said. And if we have something that's working for us, then we can just keep it going down there.
And remember, everybody likes to be invited. Not everyone's going to say yes, but everybody likes to be invited. So don't worry about that at all. And don't tell yourself a story. This is the 5-second rule, right? So I'm going to encourage you guys all to press the gas at the red light, which seems very counterintuitive, because your brain is going to tell you, oh my gosh, do not reach out to them. They're going to think you're an idiot. When they see you at church, they're going to walk right by you. They're going to be talking about you at Sunday school. They're not. You're not that important in their life. That's what you have to remind yourself all the time. You are not that important in their life. They have other things to talk about than you reaching out to them about Rodan and Fields. So you have to think, what if this is the best thing that ever happened to them? What if this gives them skin that they've never had before? What if they're more confident because of it? What if this helps their teenager? I mean, Spotless changed my 16-year-old, 17-year-old's life. His blackheads are gone. I mean, he has a whole new face because of Spotless. I'm so thankful for that, right? This could be the biggest thing that's ever happened to them with business. I'm so thankful someone reached out to me. Aren't you guys? In order for you to have a whole room full of people, you got to invite them to it. You know, they're not going to just walk into your life and be like, hey, let's do this thing. They're probably not going to, you know, so you got to think that what if, and picture the scene of positivity, and then turn off the crazy making voice that will tell you they're going to think you're crazy if you reach out to them, because that is not true. Oh, there's that baby too. Oh my gosh, all the babies.